Hey guys, wanted to make a quick video since we're in hurricane season. I think if any of you guys have the plug for your generator to hook it up to the house, if you guys don't have directions or they're not as clear as they could be, if you listen to what I tell you, you can't go wrong. Alright, you got two situations here. You got either your panel that is most likely in the garage or outside where your plug is for the generator. So you're going to have one of the ends obviously hooked up to the generator, and then one is where the plug is feeding your panel. So number one, when you lose power, the first thing that you're going to do is go turn off your main breaker. Find it. It's going to be either outside near your panel, your meter. There's going to be a panel outside near the meter that has main on it. Turn that off. Then go where the plug is to that panel and turn off all of the breakers. All of them. And you should have a breaker in there already labeled generator. That should already be off right now. If you had regular power on, you should have that generator breaker off. Okay? So you lost power, you went outside or in the garage and you shut off the main. The main breaker is either gonna, it's always like separate from all the other breakers. There's gonna be like, a thing like this with a bunch of breakers. The main is usually separated and it's way bigger up top. Turn that off, turn off all the small breakers, and you should have the generator breaker. You should see that one should have already been off. Okay, so now we've got everything off. Cool. Go hook up the cord to the generator. Hook it up to the plug. Okay? Turn on the generator. Get it up and running. Awesome. Make sure that the generator, there might be a breaker on the generator where you plug it in on the generator. There might be a little plug there or a breaker. Make sure that's on. Okay, so cool. We've got that on. Generator's running great. Awesome. Go back to your panel where all the little breakers are, where the generator breaker is. Turn that on. Make sure your main is off. Even though you've lost power, if you don't do that and you mess this up, you're gonna ruin a bunch of stuff and you can kill a lineman. You don't want to do that, okay? Make sure your main is off and you turn your generator breaker on in the panel. Okay, now go through and turn on all of the necessary little breakers that you need. Your refrigerator, maybe a fan, your freezer, maybe a couple lights, maybe a toaster oven, and this is all dependent on the size generator that you have. You have a bigger generator, you could turn on your AC depending on if it's big enough. The generator's big enough, okay? This also doesn't apply to the people that have the transfer switch type deals.
Use the right lane to take the I-95 southbound
because
to Miami.
Those already have their own little, they own the transfer switch for the portables already have a set amount of breakers that are going to be powered by the generator, which honestly is stupid because you can have so much more than what they allow. Like the way I tell you guys to do it, if you have just the plug and not the breaker for the transfer switch, you can have every single light on in the house because obviously you're not having them all on, but you have power to them. So if you walk into different rooms, you can turn lights on. Cool. You have every fan on in the house, or power going to the fan on in every house, okay? It's just so much better. And if you use cords, if you were running extension cords, you gotta go this route. You really do. I mean, it's a night and day difference between having 50 extension cords throughout the house and only being able to plug in whatever the extension cord's hooked up to and just having a mess. No, you have it hooked up to the house through your plug, and you can turn on what you want when you need it, and it's like having the whole house on electricity. Now, obviously, and I'm going to say it again, depending on what you want on and what you want to use, depends on the size generator. You want your AC, you want a dryer, you want the hot water heater, you're going to need a way bigger generator, okay? So just in case someone needs this sort of help, it's out there, and you guys can use it as you wish, okay? Thank you, say it, and thank you, ma'am.